I grew up without knowing who my real mother was. My stepmother had a photo of my mother. I'm 18. My entire life, I've never seen one thing about my mother.
For over a decade, Kim Covert has competed on some of the biggest pageant stages in the Philippines, building confidence, identity, and a name for herself in the modeling world.
I started in pageantry. So I grew up on a small little island, and in the Philippines, pageantry is big. So my first time competing in nationals was 2014. So I won Miss Philippines Earth Water. Competed that night, I won. 2 weeks later, I go to the next town, because every town has a pageant.
But behind the crowns and the runway was a deeply personal journey of identity, loss, and resilience.
That was going on. I was a young mom, new to the US, had no support system. And the only way I know how to move was to compete. I want to go back to eating healthy. I want to go back to creating a workout routine. Like, I want to go back to knowing, what do I really want?
Kim set out to find the mother she never knew. And the search for the truth led her to a heartbreaking discovery. This is Kim Covert's story.
I'm in the US, okay? And this is after my little pageant stint. I got people in the Philippines, I got journalists interviewing me, I got news stations writing me. But I found her on, that's, to me, and then that changed my entire life.
Sweet.
Wait, what? The mics? Is that what you just said? Oh my God.
All right. Let's do this.
Okay.
Let's get it.
Okay. I've been working on my intros too.
Okay.
This is I need to start doing really good intros.
No, you're good at intros.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to a brand new episode of Hot Shots. Today, we have Kim Covert here as the guest today. So how's your day been so far?
Hey, I'm on a winning streak.
Hey!
No, it's been great. I'm so happy to be here. This is the one thing that I had planned for today. So
Good. Okay.
Let's
we're about
go.
to unravel everything.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
It's funny because I've actually known about you, and like we've seen each other on social media, like Instagram and all that, for I would say probably over a year that I've been seeing your account. Appreciate it likewise too. No, you're good, definitely. But no, because I've noticed you're kind of like a hybrid from being the model, doing runway, plus being a photographer and video and all that. So kind of let's talk about where you started. Did you start on the photography side, or did you want to go more into like the modeling? Like, how did you kind of start your process into it?
Yeah, so I grew up in the Philippines where it was part of the culture. So fashion was part of the culture, art. We did fashion shows at malls every month. Like, that was part of, the Filipino way of life, I guess. But I started in pageantry. So I grew up on a small little island, and in the Philippines, pageantry is big.
Yeah.
And my reason to go into pageantry was, one, I like to talk. I like to dance. I like to sing. And at the time, I was in school for music, so I just wanted to be on stage and be the star. That was my thing. And also,
How old
I
were
grew
you
up.
at this time?
I started in the industry. My first ever pageant, I was 16.
Gotcha.
Okay. Wow.
Damn.
Youngin.
Right?
Yeah, and my mom would still, my stepmom would still babysit me and bring me to the pageants and all that. So I started at 16 on a little island in pageantry. And so that I competed. That was my sport. I'm tall, so I'm 5'10". And in the Philippines, I stand out already. So it was either basketball or pageantry. And I was done being the tomboy growing up. I wanted to be pretty and all that. And so that was kind of my entry into the industry. So I started off with pageantry. And then later on, after gaining experience and exposure, I was casted, or my manager casted me, and then I signed to an agency. And then I went into modeling. But there's a big difference between pageantry and modeling. So I had to learn that shift. So I was just I was working with a lot of different videographers, photographers, brands, designers. So that was my start into the industry. And then I came to the US and I started working with Kenneth Barless. So I grew up knowing Kenneth Barless from the Philippines. We came from the same island. And when I first moved to the US, when I officially started in the industry here, I was 18 when I moved here.
Wow.
Yeah, 18.
Okay.
When I started my photography, I was 20. I was 20. This was in San Diego.
Okay.
So now to answer your question, the shift was I came to the U.S. I worked with a designer. I wanted to train models, and I couldn't find a photographer that would just trust a vision and consistently come shoot with me to teach these models. So I said, hey, fuck it. Like, I'm just going to buy a camera.
Yep.
I'm going to learn it. I'm going to
myself.
teach the models. And I realized, oh, I'm really good at it. And so that's kind of my entry. I was like, I could do this. Like, let me just make money off of photography. But I didn't start in the fashion because there's not a lot of money with the photography and fashion at the time. I think this was like 8 years ago. So I started with just family photos and all that, and then here we are.
Yeah, right. No, okay, I kind of want to go back to the whole pageantry era, like, because pageantry, there's a lot that goes into that, like a lot of preparation, like again, like having to know like how to talk to people, all that stuff. So were you confident going into that, or like is that something that you had to build your confidence for? Or how did you prep for that?
I would say preparation was always key. I think that's with every industry, but when it comes to pageantry, I saw it as a sport. So because I was competing every month, it was something that I had to train for in terms of speaking. I had to know how to speak. I had to know how to dress, how to do my makeup. And then, you know, when you're competing against all these other women. And when I started out, I wasn't as confident because I was starting to compare myself to all these women that I was competing with that have been in the industry for years and years and years. And so where I'm at today, my confidence has definitely been built over all those times where I was nervous and I was scared, and then I conquered it. And then the more I experienced, the more experience I gained throughout the years has definitely added to my confidence today.
How do you feel like you were different from your peers in that age range, just doing pageantry and going through all of that? Do you feel like there was a significant difference between you and someone else that was 16?
Oh, 100%. Actually, it's funny that you asked me that because I would have friend groups, you know, and like I had my girlfriends and all that, but they weren't into modeling. They weren't really into the pageant scene. And so I started to grow apart, where as a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 18-year-old, I'm like, they stopped inviting me to things because I started competing and I started growing, and then I started to catch on with titles, and then people started to know me, and then I started competing on national stages. And so I was on TV, and so it kind of separated me from the girls that were not interested or not even in that industry. So I did feel like I was different from them. And I'm also just very much a creative at heart. So even more than just the pageantry and the modeling, like I was loud, I was colorful, I was, you know, so that's...
None of your friends were really also like that? Like none of them try to be like, hey, can you help me break into the scene? Or were they just on a whole different trajectory?
I'm telling you, my friends were not just like models. I had friends that were videographers, that were photographers. And so like, I know at least a good portion, or at least a good amount of my friends know how to create content. Like Filipinos are so arty. Like Filipinos are so artsy. Like that's just in our culture. And so the art side of it, they understand it. That's normal. But when it came to like, I had a dream that was bigger than my little island. That's what kind of set me apart from everybody else.
How many pageants did you do while you were there?
I would say 10. 10 over 10 years. So at least every year I was competing. Yeah, there was one time, this is January 1st, 2020, let's say 2013, I believe. No, 2012. Okay, so January 1st, 2012, I had to drive or ride my motorcycle 6 hours away on New Year's Eve to compete for a pageant. And it was either going to make or break my year. And I told my manager at the time, I was like, let's just do it. Fuck it, let's do it. Let's compete. I competed, drove, partied. Okay, we had our little New Year celebration. Drove, slept, competed that night. I won. 2 weeks later, I go to the next town, because every town has a pageant. That's like how it was in the Philippines.
Wow.
So they celebrate their town fiesta. So my island had, I don't know the exact number, but we had towns all across the island, and everybody every month had a different fiesta every different month. So every different month, everyone had a pageant. That was the main event during the fiesta.
Wow.
So as a girl, I'm going to go compete because in the Philippines, they pay you to join. You
Okay.
go, you screen, and if they choose you, your municipality or your city that you're representing will give you a budget. And then you have a budget to prepare for gowns, for makeup, for anything that you need. You compete, you win a lot of money, and then there's all these different special prizes that were brought to by sponsors, extra money. So you're winning money with swimsuit, gown, question, talent portion. So that was my livelihood for 10 years.
Wow.
So why I competed was because I was making money off of it. Here, I competed in Miss Arizona 2024. And I didn't expect how much money I had to put down just to compete.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was a big shock for me in terms of the cultural difference of pageantry from where I'm from the Philippines, and then here in the U.S. as it is a business. So
Yeah.
So talk about, you mentioned how different pageantry is to modeling. Talk about a couple differences for those that don't know what the differences are. Talk about a couple big ones.
Yeah, for sure. So when you're a pageant girly, when you're a beauty queen, you're basically representing yourself. Or for me, if you're competing, you're representing your city, your town, your state, your country. So you're having to put your best foot forward as yourself. So me, when I compete, I'm Kim Covert. This is who I am. I'm a mom. I'm a mother of two. I'm a photographer, entrepreneur. You know, this is who I am. This is what I want to do. This is my advocacy. How can I change lives? How can I inspire people? I want to be the voice of those who are voiceless. Like I want to be someone that's a little girl could look up to and want to be, or want to, you know, or will be inspired by. Modeling, on the other hand, is you're hired to either model a brand, clothes, jewelries, accessories, or you're modeling a company. You're representing something else. You're representing a product, a piece of clothing. So you're there as a living mannequin. You still want to bring in your personality because you have to stand out from other models. But if you're someone who's a designer in a fashion show and they're looking for a model, they're looking for specific looks. It's nothing personal.
Right.
You're just somebody who either can fit their vibe, they could fit their clothes, or they just look great for that part in terms of their marketing strategy. You know, so there's a big difference. Pageant girls, beauty queens, we try to be your big sister and we make a difference in the world, right? That's what we want to do. We want to make a change.
An impact, yeah.
We want to make an impact. Models, it's a job. You know, you show up, you model, and then you get paid, and then you're done. So it's nothing personal. You're not competing against other people.
Right.
And at the end of the day, like I said, pageantry is like a sport, and it's fun. You know, we train for it.
Yeah.
We prep for it.
So many assets of it as well.
100%. So there's a lot of personality and character development that goes into pageantry, while modeling is you have to have the experience, the portfolio, and brands or designers want to work with you.
Right.
So when you said your manager, is that something where like they found you after so many wins, or like when did you get to a point that you needed a manager?
Yeah, so in the Philippines, because it's part of the culture, everyone has your own talent manager or handler. So I had one. I remember I was just at a restaurant, and someone came up to me and said, "Hey, there's a pageant next month. You're tall, you're pretty. Do you want to compete? We got you. We'll do your makeup. We got the gowns. Don't worry about it. Do you want to compete?" Because there's camps. So whichever camp they celebrate with their girls who wins. So I started by getting scouted that way. I started to compete, and then one person, her name's Tita Melchi. She was my manager / handler, that's what you call it in the Philippines, for 10 years. So the 10 pageants up until I competed in Miss Philippines Earth, she was the one doing my makeup. So she was my big sister from the get-go, from learning how to dress, from learning how to create my own brand. She would teach me how to do my hair.
Wow.
But I didn't pay for nothing. I remember I didn't pay for nothing. This was...
They just wanted
every
you to
win, every win that I have prize money for, I share it with her. So there was the 60-40 type of split, like so. Yeah, I guess that's kind of.
Wow, that's
pageantry.
interesting. How many
That's
did you
so
win at that
interesting.
time? You win a lot.
Yeah, I did. No, in the beginning I didn't, At the beginning, I sucked. Guys, like,
it's tough.
I'm telling you,
it's so hard.
walking in heels on stage for the first few times is not the same. And I'm over there on stage when I'm competing. I'm like, I'm doing great. I look great. I had to learn to tone down to be able to win. I was doing too much.
Okay.
So that was the one thing I started winning when I toned down. And my handler, it was like we would replay it's like we would rewatch the clips and rewatch plays and be like, okay, next time you can't do this. Next time try to walk this way. So every pageant I was growing, and then I started winning. I was on a winning streak, and then I guess every industry there's always drama. There's always something. I competed every city, and it was kind of like I was the girl that, hey, I'm just trying to come and make my money, like I'm trying to hustle here, while other girls are like, oh, it's Kim again, like what the fuck, like what's she doing here? We just competed 2 weeks ago.
She's everywhere,
like damn, like
you're a force to be reckoned with.
So I think that after like years, that became like, all right, they kind of got sick of me, which I wasn't mad about it. I outgrew a lot of people,
right?
So I competed
you're putting in the work.
And so my shift into the career aspect of it was I competed in my last competition in the city, and it was the grand, like the whole island, all the winners were competing on that stage.
Oh wow.
I lost.
Okay.
And I won at least 3 titles that year. Dang. But I lost during against all the girls there were girls that I've competed in the past. Basically, the judges gave me 0. They were like, you're too big for here. Give the other girls some space.
Wow.
Go to nationals. And after that, I was devastated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not competing ever small again. And then I went to nationals, and then that kickstarted my career.
Wow. How was the nationals? What place did you get into there?
So my first time competing in nationals was 2014. I was second runner-up. So I won Miss Philippines Earth Water 2014.
Wow. That's so cool.
And it was scary, dude, because I was representing my city, Dumaguete City. So I was Miss Dumaguete City, and then you go to you have to travel to the main island, so that you got to make a flight. We were all housed, and you compete for 3 months or 2 months. You compete for 2 months. Yeah, it wasn't just like an overnight thing. You're housed for 2 months. And for those 2 months, you're going to sponsors visits. You're going to, this is the difference from national and just small pageants. You're going to all these different little competitions. That's where I was introduced to Instagram. So now we want to tie into the content. Okay. I was introduced to Instagram as a tool where it was like, okay, there's a competition. The most likes wins. This is the social media star.
What year is this?
2014.
Okay.
Yeah, early.
Instagram early. Yes.
Brand new. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's how I was introduced to Instagram. So I'm over there like, oh my God, this was national. So the whole Philippines was looking at me, and I'm here on Instagram, and I'm like, how do I look good in representing my city? Mm-hmm. So, there were so many different competitions, and then we had the pre-pageant, and it was a whole ordeal, but I was 19. It was my first national pageant. I was competing against girls that were veterans in the industry. Yeah. And I cried a lot. Like, I remember the girl who actually won the pageant ended up representing the Philippines, and she won the actual international pageant. She won Miss Earth that year. So I was like, I'm not mad at her.
Right.
She was my roommate. And that bitch knew exactly what she wanted. We were on the way to train together, and she's like, "Oh no, I'm winning this, Kimmy." She was my big sister though. She was already a veteran. This is my entry into new national. She's like, no, it's okay. There's gonna be a time for you, but I know this is my time.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh my God.
And I'm in the taxi on the way to train, and I'm like, damn, but she knew it. And she went to win that pageant. Girl, she was 5'6". I was in 7-inch heels that night. Ooh. She wore an 8-inch heels. Like, we were competing. But we became really good friends, and she introduced me to her manager, which was my first ever big agency as a model. Mm-hmm. So everything, I put myself out there, and everything kind of just came together.
Wow.
There's a lesson in that, too, because she knew, and that taught you to just know, because then when you got to the U.S., it was the energy was just 100%. There.
And she definitely became a really good role model for me. Now she's married.
Crazy,
so the people that you compete with, the people that we get in contact with, even maybe today, will shape some type of way in how our lives are going to become. So that was me at 19.
Wow.
That's so cool. That's what I've always said too, is like, that's what I love about like being in this industry, or just when you start off and you have so many years, you get to see how many people are also growing with you.
Oh,
so then you just see their process or progress while you're also progressing. And it's such a cool feeling, just seeing everybody.
Support. Yeah. And you grow together, and then eventually you're going to end up working together. The industry is so small. The more you grow and grow and grow, and the tools that you gain along the way end up being something that someone needs, that you met maybe 10 years ago, and then you collaborate, and then there's a client, and then there's a whole new bloom into your whole system.
Yeah.
And the way she operated, I don't know if operated the right word, but like the way she treated you could have gone so differently. It could have been so much more like mean girl energy. And instead she took you under your wing in a sense. It was like, hey, like, I'm going to win this, but I'm going to let you know there's a time for you because I see you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like there's a way about her that
it wasn't
she
catty.
could have, it wasn't catty. And that is so beautiful.
This is Jamie Harrell. Shout out to my girl, Jamie. She's doing amazing. No, but she's
so true.
But then if you think about that, I could have been not receptive.
100%.
I could have been like, what is she?
Who does she think she is?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Girl, no, this is my first time. I was alone in the city. Like, I remember when my feet were swollen, like, she literally gave me an apple and soaked my feet in hot water. Like, there was so many different little moments like that where I was a sponge. I was just absorbing. And she was my age. She was a year older than me, but like, she already had experience. She grew up she had like years living here in the States.
Right.
She was already competing nationally for years. She knew what she wanted, and she won that pageant and stopped competing. That was the last pageant. She won it, and now she's set. So pageantry is more than just, I want to be Miss Universe. No. If you really think about it, if you have the skills, if that's really what you want to do for the rest of your life, you can just dive right into pageantry, pour everything into that. And from there, opportunities, networking, like everything will come out of just competing.
Right, you're showing so many skills, and you're showing like, you know, different things you could do for the community. Like, there's just so many opportunities. So talk to us about, you went from that to modeling, or you went from that to modeling, or you went from that to photography, or they happened pretty in unison?
So I kind of stepped back from being in front of the camera when I started photography. So and then I had my babies. So in 2018, I moved to Arizona. Or no, I moved to the States. And no, let me rephrase. Let's go back. So in 2018, that's when I gave birth.
Okay.
And I was new to the U.S. I've only been here for 2 years at the time.
Gotcha.
And when I was pregnant, that's when I was training models. Bought my camera, and my first model was really my son. So I focused into motherhood for a little bit until I just realized, like, I'm new to the U.S. I have no friends. I don't really know people here. I can't get a job because I just gave birth. Like, I don't know what to do. I went back home to the Philippines. So my firstborn son was 2018. 6 months later, I competed in another pageant after 4 years of not competing. I said, I need to get back. No, I went back home.
Back to the Philippines.
I gave birth in San Diego, and I had a C-section, and I was 200 pounds.
Wow.
I had my and there was no way for me to be able to make it here at that time. With everything that was going on. I was a young mom, new to the U.S., had no support system, and the only way I know how to move was to compete.
Right.
That was my life.
Like the athlete mentality.
I know how to make money and to create a sustainable lifestyle for our family by going back. And so at the time, I was young. I had, our son was taken care of by by my ex's mom. So let me skip that over. We're going to cut this out. But anyway, I'm trying to like get into it. So after I gave birth, I wanted to go back home. My manager at the time told me there is going to be a pageant that is open to moms.
Oh, wow.
Take note.
What year was this?
2018.
Oh, dang,
Pageantry
that's-
is closed.
yeah.
The national pageants, you're only allowed to compete if you're 18 to, I think it was like 25. I'm not exactly sure. 25, 26 stretch.
Yeah.
You can't have kids. You can never be married. You have to be single. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
I
this
didn't
is
know.
very
the, you
strict.
can't have
It's so
any of
tattoos.
this.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
Back in
crazy.
the
That's
day?
why I was asking what year, because
Yeah.
I think they recently just kind of opened it up,
That's why I
maybe a year or
competed.
two ago
What
here.
is the reason
Yeah,
for
so-
that?
I mean, okay, so if we really go back to Miss Universe, there was a time where Trump owned it. He wanted the perfect girls.
Okay.
It's pageantry. They wanted the stereotypical pageant,
The
you know.
perfect woman.
Yes, exactly. So this was 20. Let's go back. Yeah. So this is 2018.
Okay.
They changed the rules. One of the biggest pageants in my city at the time opened up to moms.
Wow, okay.
And I had my 3-month-old. I was in the U.S. I just wanted to go back home. Just give me something. I will work my ass off to win this. I will work my ass off. I don't care if I just gave birth. Like, I'm going to come home. I'm going to bring my family with me, and we're going to compete.
Wow.
So I lost 30 pounds in, I think, 3 months.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah, after giving birth, you know, first baby, C-section.
Yeah.
So after 6 months of working hard, I was doing cardio 3 times a day, no sugar. I shocked my body.
Phew.
I'm telling you, I competed against 40 girls, and I came in first runner-up. I came in Miss Tourism. I was the
Dang,
only
after
mom
4
that
years,
made it.
That's, yeah.
And that was the first pageant that opened up to moms. So after that, Miss USA opened up. Miss Universe started open up. Now they opened up to trans women. Like, there was just everything started to open up, and I was like, okay, I'm in the US. And now this is fast forward to 2024. I gave birth to my second child in 2022. And I was focused on modeling. So I stepped back. I was focused on motherhood. So I stepped back from being in front of the camera. This was after competing, right? Came back
Right.
here. That's a whole story. But basically, after I gave birth with my daughter Celeste, I just felt kind of lost, where it's like the postpartum and just kind of the bills and just everything all at once, where I was like and here we go again, I'm like, the only thing I know how to do to get back to me was to go back to what I know what to do, which is competing.
Yeah.
Right.
Because to me, when I say I want to join a pageant, it's more than just I want to be Miss Arizona. No, it's I want to go back to eating healthy. I want to go
Finding
back to
yourself,
creating
yeah.
a workout routine. Like, I
Right.
want to go back to knowing, what do I really want? And so I was able to find myself again after being after dealing with my postpartum for my second baby. I was able to get back and compete again, which skyrocketed me back into the networking connections here. So that's kind
Wow.
of 2024. I competed, and then I gained client, and I started doing content and photos and videos, and just so pageantry. If you really want to know who I am at the core and what molded me into who I am today, it's because I competed in pageants my whole life.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So how did it feel for you when the age range did open up? Because I mean, you kind of ticked off or had like checked more kind of everything that they restricted at that time. So how did it feel when they opened it all up and then you were able to do that?
That's a great question, because yes, they opened up to moms, but there was still an age cutoff, and I was
Right.
like, dang, I aged out. That's what we call it. We age out. And then when I competed for Miss Arizona in 2024, that was the year that they decided, oh, we're going to open it up to all ages. And I'm like, golly. So it's more
Yeah.
than just the motherhood now. Like, okay, because that was my angle. I'm like, well, I have a really good story, right? But then we have 2024, 40-year-old Kay Johnson. This is who I competed with.
Oh,
She was 40. She looks great. She runs marathons. She won Miss Arizona in my year, and it was, well-deserved, 100%. So I felt great. Like, I just think everything should be evolving as we are changing in society. Rules from the can't have tattoos. Like, man, everything has changed over
Yeah.
the years that I've competed. So.
True. So how did
And to answer your question, how do I feel about the age range? Oh, I'm coming back.
Hey.
Now it's a limit. Hey,
Yeah.
give me like 3 years. Like I just want to
Nice.
make sure that I get myself straight.
Yes.
And then we're gonna compete. And then
No,
I got time.
so
Looking forward to
excited.
that.
Hey,
So-
my girl, 40-year-old, she won. So
yeah, Kay.
I'm
Yeah,
so
I met
30.
Kay. She's so
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, she's
It was like
amazing.
divine timing if we really think about the timelines, though, right? I mean, 2018, you gave birth, right? And then all of a sudden, they open it up.
Yes.
You hear what I'm
You know
saying?
what? You know, I didn't think about that.
And then 2024 comes around, and you compete, and then all of a sudden,
Oh, you know what's crazy too?
that's
Real quick,
crazy.
the 2024 when I competed, I reached out to Kenneth Barless, and he was the one who dressed me, which was a full circle moment because he was the one who I reached out to when I was still competing when I was 19 in 2014. So it's like I'm still in it. And it's just, it is really weird when you think about it.
And it's cool because when you do go back, it's like, even if people don't know you in the States, like, you're an OG.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I was going to ask that next question, like, because, I mean, you have all the experience. Who did you room with? And did you kind of have those same, like that same kind of help? Yeah, with that your kind of pageant had?
Yes. You know, it's so funny this time around. I remembered competing in 2024. And this, I've been in the industry. I've been competing for over at least 15 years at this time, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's insane.
And so I'm like looking at other people. I shot headshots for my competitors. Like,
wow, multifaceted.
I helped train with the other girls. Like, I'm not in it to compete.
Right.
Yeah, you didn't have to do that. No one made you do that.
I wanted content, dude. Are you kidding me? I know, if I'm being real about being a beauty queen, pageant girl, if I really want to win, if I really want to compete, I have to be ready for Miss Universe by tomorrow. Right. If I'm competing for Miss Arizona, because if you win Miss Arizona, you compete representing Miss. If you win Miss Arizona, you compete in Miss USA representing this state, and you only have one chance at Miss USA. When you win Miss USA, you only have one chance at Miss Universe. But Miss Universe is a pinnacle of the pageantry. So, if I were to want to win. My body would be ready. I would already have, my money is solid. I got connection. You know, I'm not there yet. And I'm okay with that because, hey, it's 3 years, 4 years.
Because you're in it to win. Like
Oh,
your
yeah.
mentor
I'm
said,
not-
you're in it. You're again, it's all coming full circle in this conversation. I mean, when you do that, you're in it to win. And whoever you're roomed with is going to, you'll be like, this is my time.
There we go.
This is my time, sweetie.
I finally felt that. I did feel that. And so when you go back to the 19-year-old self in that taxi when I'm with Jamie and she's telling me, no, you will have a time.
Right.
Like just I know that this is, just enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I'm over here competing years later and I'm like, hey, just enjoy it. It's not that deep. I'm talking to the girls like, just have fun.
Right.
Look pretty. Like, so
Yeah.
that's
especially if it's their first time too.
Yeah. I don't see you as competition. Like, come on, girl. Like, go do your thing. I hype other girls up now.
It's amazing.
That's awesome.
And you know what's interesting is, we've been talking to a lot of models in this podcast, right? And they have really amazing perspectives. And your perspective is so evolved and mature in the sense of how you speak about the modeling industry, right?
Yeah.
Because when you get started as a model, you can take things very personally. If you get denied, and the way you framed it was so eloquent is you're just not the right fit. You're just not this. You're this for this. Do you feel like a lot of that perspective came from your experience in the pageants just because you went through so much with, going through all the rounds? And because I just feel like that's an evolved perspective and it's good for a model to hear that.
Yeah, I think I went through the contrast of both sides.
Right.
From being a beauty queen and putting everything into that
Yeah.
to I just got to show up to a shoot and just look pretty and just as long as the clothes fit and I get paid and I'm cool. Nothing personal. If I don't like my makeup that day and the designer wants my makeup to look all crazy, hey, I'm just your mannequin, man. I'm just your canvas.
Right.
But you show up as a beauty queen, you're representing Mesa. Oh, I was Miss Mesa in 2024. So here we are in Mesa. Look, full circle again.
Right?
So if I'm showing up as Miss Mesa, that's the choices that I make are what's going to be reflected towards the people.
It's your responsibility.
You know what I mean? It's my responsibility. It's me, so I show up with class, with grace, with elegance. As a model, I show up, and we still show up professionally, but as a model, your main thing, you got to show up, you're professional, you're on time, you do what they say, you do your job. It's a job.
Yeah.
And then you enjoy the content, the photos after, you enjoy the experience. You enjoy, man, I was walking for Amato in Fashion Forward Dubai. I looked like a monster. Like, but that's his vibe. It's couture. It's avant-garde.
Exactly.
You think I'm going to be changing my makeup backstage? No. I didn't care if I looked kind of weird. He loved it. It was a great show. And now I can say, hey, I walked a fashion show in Dubai.
That's
you know what I mean?
amazing.
So it's like,
Sick.
it's a job that if you take it seriously and you take it professionally and you understand that if you just continue doing this and you create connections and you make a good mark and leave a good experience with who you were working with on set, you're gonna do really, really well in your industry as a model.
Right.
Nice, yeah.
And then what people don't understand is if you're a model for so long, there's going to be more doors outside of modeling, more opportunities that are going to open for you. Whether that be you can maybe start your own brand, maybe you can start a podcast, maybe you can start your own fashion brand. So modeling is always, for me, modeling is a way into, modeling is a way to get yourself into the door. But then what you do and how you show up is really gonna
because you really learn a lot about just personalities in modeling, like how to talk to people, like your confidence builds. So like those are big things just for anybody to help them in their career, their future, like literally the skill sets that you learn in modeling. Yeah. So how did you get to that point? Let's talk about that, to the point that you got to that fashion show in Dubai. Like when you first moved back to Arizona, you said you went back and then you moved back. How did you start getting those connections into the fashion scene?
Yeah. So timeline, to simplify it, grew up in the Philippines, right? I competed for 10 years. Finally, I joined Miss, my peak pageant in the Philippines was Miss Philippines Earth 2014. And that was in the national arena. And that gave me a whole year's worth of work and opportunity.
Wow.
Okay. Because when you win a pageant, it's not an overnight thing like if it was modeling.
Right.
If you win a pageant, you have a whole year to represent that title. And that comes with responsibilities. And where I was taught in the Philippines, they divide your prize money up into quarters.
Okay.
So you're still getting paid to do, you're still taken care of, but you have a job. Right. So to compete and to actually win a pageant is a responsibility.
Yeah.
And so after I competed for the national, I started to get opportunities to travel. So a lot of brands, we had an airline brand, or we had an airline sponsor. So that whole year, I was flying to Macau, to China, to Hong Kong.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and so I took all of my knowledge and experience from that, and then I traveled even outside of the pageant. So I started, it teaches you something to where it's like, oh, I can do this. And so then I started traveling to Dubai, and when I went with Dubai, because I'm Miss Philippines Earth Water at the time, I was able to network, and then I started working with different magazines. And here it is again. This is really weird. So I met somebody who was Filipino. Filipinos are like mafia, first of all. Filipinos, we have a Filipino mafia. We're everywhere. And if you're Filipino, and I speak the language, man, I just look white, but I identify as a 5'3" brown little woman. Anyway, going back to my point. Everywhere in the world, because I have the blessing of being Filipino and I could speak I speak Bisaya and Tagalog, which are two different languages. Wow. I was in Dubai, I got plugged into the Filipino community. And because Filipinos in Dubai, there are some of the best designers like Michael Cinco, Ezra Santos, Amato, they're based in Dubai. They're all Filipino.
Wow.
So for me, it was easy for me to just start. I went to Michael Cinco's, we went to his atelier, went to Bible study with him. Like, girl, I'm over there just becoming friends with these people. But that's because I competed. And they understand that, oh, she's not just a model. Right. She went through all this. She knows how to talk. And if I need her in my designs and she's representing a whole city,
walk in the park.
Yeah, there you go. Put her in, and it's for a designer, it's free marketing too. Right. So I just started networking. And eventually, I got plugged into Amato, which he's from my island, so we speak the same language.
Wow!
As soon as I met him, we clicked, we talked in our language, and I'm walking in the show. I didn't cast or nothing. It's because I knew somebody, and I knew a Filipino. That's really the secret. You gotta know a
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, write that down. So
Filipino.
be like, make friends with these people,
Yeah.
with them.
But so that was my Dubai experience. So after the big pageant, that's kind of where all my travels were. And then I came back to the U.S. For the first time, and then I just wasn't ready here. This is when I was 18, and where? Oh my God, I'm so lost in my timeline. I was back and forth, but my biggest now to okay. So if we give me where am I? Okay, today.
Yeah, Dubai from.
Yeah.
Today, yeah.
Well, I was in Ireland. I was in Dubai. I lived in Budapest for 3 months. That's why I'm like,
Wow.
let me
You're like, hold on, where are
let me
we?
rewind.
That's crazy.
Dang.
But I decided to move back to the U.S. basically because of opportunity. I have 2 babies, so healthcare and education, it's so much better here. And if I build a business here, because I'm dual citizen, I could always go back home.
Right.
So we have a master plan of, investing in the Philippines, building up here, and kind of building my team of creatives in the Philippines
Yeah.
and just grow from there. So
Nice.
now where we're at in 2026, oh my God. We
Right,
went,
we're
we
already
went
in
down.
2026.
We
That's
went
what
down
I'm
my
saying.
whole thing, but yeah, I have a really my life has been a whole movie basically. Like if you and we're gonna talk about content and social
Yeah.
media
Yeah.
and kind of how I got into that. It's really because of my own personal story in search of my mom. So that's a whole
Wow.
different thing. So I competed Miss. So I'm just gonna give you a little back end of. I think this also leads into why I am who I am today, and why I was very different from other girls. So, I grew up without knowing who my real mother was. I grew up with a stepmom, but she was 4'11", and we looked very different. And
Right.
growing up, I have 2 siblings. We look very different, and there was a lot of questions about why do I look different? And so eventually one day they told me she's not my mom. And then I was like, okay, so where's my mom? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And my dad was like,
How old were you when you found out?
13 maybe. I remember
wow.
the exact.
Dang.
I remember the exact
That's
moment.
a big shock then.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I grew up where my stepmom wasn't really so friendly, So
Right.
I grew up in a very strict household. And so it was just, I was searching for answers. So that's me as a child, just confused. And I felt different already, but I didn't know why. 13-year-old, my dad hits me with my dad drops me off at school and hits me with later on we're going to talk, okay?
Wow.
Girl, and I'm like,
Yeah, you thought you were in
Crazy.
trouble? Yeah.
What did I do?
yeah. And I remember the ride home, because maybe, I was a naughty kid, so I was thinking of all the things that I started to do. So I'm over there quiet, like, damn.
Yeah, you're like, oh, they're about to expose me.
What
You're like,
did
we're
I
about to
say?
start yelling.
What did I do? Was it the time that I was like, okay. No, but I remember staring out the window, and he told me, I just had to let you know that your stepmom is actually not your real mom. And at the time, this was kind of crazy because I had already issues with her family, and there were just some stuff that happened that shouldn't have. And so there was a mix of emotion when he told me, because there was a sense of relief where I was
Right.
like, oh, okay, well, this shit happened to me with her family. Well, I'm so happy because we're not related. But then there's the question where it's like, where's my mom?
Right.
Yeah.
And he told me we don't talk about it. My stepmom knew of my birth mom, and we don't talk about it. So for the longest time, we didn't talk about it. Stuff happened in my family life. And one day, this is when we decided to move to the U.S. So my dad was still applying for his disability. And after 6 long years, he got approved. And he said, we're moving to the U.S. in 2 weeks. I bought the tickets.
gosh.
I bought the tickets. We're leaving your stepmom, and it's just gonna be me and your younger siblings and you.
Wow.
And I'm turning 18 in a few weeks at this time, and I'm like, I got a boyfriend, and
Whole
I have a
life.
whole I have a whole life, and this is before the
Yeah.
national pageant. So this was
Okay.
still I'm little girl in the city, and so 2 weeks, and so I'm saying this because at the airport in 2 weeks we left everything behind, right? My stepmother had a photo of my mother.
What?
I'm 18. My entire life, I've never seen one thing about my mother. Don't really know what her full name is. Didn't know her birth date. The last thing I knew was where I was born. That's all I know. She gave me a photo. Girl, 18, we're moving to the U.S. I finally see a photo of my mom. I'm like, I have to babysit my two siblings right now because there's no mom. My dad's going through what he's going through. He's going through withdrawals. Now we're in a new state, never been to the U.S. It was just a whole lot all at once. Wow. So moved to the U.S. at 18. I got my siblings in school, and I remember the photo. And I remember feeling like I'm teaching my siblings, my younger siblings, my brother and my sister, to do laundry, to do the dishes, to clean up after themselves. I'm like, this feels like a mom role. Yeah. Where's my mom?
Right.
And so I posted it online, Facebook. I'm like, hey guys, my name is this. I'm looking for Crisanta Cañega. I don't know much about her, where she is right now, but I know this is where I was born. This is where she was last seen. Wow. Fast forward 2 weeks later, 3,000 shares. What? I'm in the U.S., okay? And this is after my little pageant stint. So I kind of have some type of name. So people start sharing it. But this is before the big pageant. So I remember being in my room in San Diego, and someone reaches out and said, hey, I think we know your mom. And so I'm like, this is in the era of Skype. And, I Skype with them. They told me that they knew my mom where I was born. But after a few months, she disappeared. Never seen her again. I was like, wow, there's hope. Wow, this is working. Yeah. I got people in the Philippines. I got journalists interviewing me. I got news stations writing me. Girl, I'm 19.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
Dang. I don't know what to do. No, I was still 18. I was 18. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to feel. I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I'm going to find my mom. But how am I going to feel? Anyway.
Right.
Fast forward a week later, someone messages me from Canada saying, hey, real quick question. Does your mother have a twin brother?
What?
And I'm like, let me go ask my dad. Go run downstairs, ask my dad. And he's like, oh, yeah, his name was Chris. I was like, oh, okay, Dad, you could have told me that, a little bit of detail.
Yeah, give me some hints.
Yeah, Dad. I go back upstairs. I tell them that ended up to be the cousin of my mother, my birth mother.
Oh, my gosh.
But my birth mother ran away when she was 13. So they didn't know where she was. Wow. So they haven't seen her since she was 13. But then I ended up getting to Skype with her brother, my mother's twin brother, and he was brown. Wow. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, like we're related?
Wow. Like this is what my mama looks like? Like It's weird because one photo. And it was a ripped photo too, where my stepmom ripped it up because my dad was in the photo. It was so lame.
Oh my goodness.
But so I met them, but they were still looking for my mom.
Wow.
And so, but it was weird because finally that opened up for me. I'm 19-year-old in my apartment in California. My dad downstairs. I'm online on Facebook trying to find my family. And one day someone messaged me. It was just some random girl from the mountains. And she was like, hey, I think I found your mother's name in like a voting ballot, like in a little ballot box. Like that's how small this was. Send me the address. I sent it to now my found family. Now I have all my aunties, my uncles, my mom's side, except for my mom. Send them the address, and my auntie said they went to the address. It took them 6 hours to drive up into the mountains. And when they got there, they saw a little nipa hut, like a hut, and 5 little girls and a middle-aged man. That was my sisters. Those were my sisters.
What?
And my mom passed away 3 years before I found her.
Oh, wow.
No way.
But I found her on Facebook. Dude.
Yeah, how long did that take from when you did that first post up to?
Maybe like 4 weeks.
Wow, that's quick.
Yeah, and so that's, to me, and then that changed my entire life. And that's kind of and to answer your question, after I found out that my mom passed, I wanted to meet my siblings. I wanted to go home.
Right.
So I left I left my brother and sister and my dad. It was a big deal, you know? I moved back to the Philippines at 19, all by myself. I met my siblings. I went to my mom's grave. I built her a whole new grave. I helped build a house for my siblings, like, later on down the line. I competed that year on Mother's Day for Miss Philippines.
The timing is crazy.
That's what I'm telling you.
The timing is
weird.
wild.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. So, and then that kind of, you know, propelled to where I am today. But tying it into why I'm so passionate about content, why I'm so passionate about marketing and social media, I found my mother on social
Through
media.
that. Yeah, you
That's
saw the
so
power
cool.
of like
I know
how many people will actually share what
100%.
yeah, like something
Yes.
personal
That's so
to you.
cool.
Just tell your story, post it. And so that's my experience. If I could find my mom through these social platforms,
Right.
like I know how to work the apps. And this was when I was 19, or this was when I was 18.
Wow.
I'm 30 now, and I still been on social media, and this is what I do full time now as a job.
Right.
No, that's amazing. So how do you feel like all that has helped in just the way that you post content? Like, is there like how do you kind of use content nowadays? Other than, of course, you use it for your work, but do you also do it a lot personally, like the ways that
100%.
you post?
Yeah. So the way that I post content now has definitely evolved. I've learned the algorithms. I've learned what works to gain traction, but I've always posted ever since I was introduced to the tool. So I've been
Wow.
on, my accounts are like 10 years old, you know? And
Sick.
so I started off with this whole aesthetic. I wanted to be cute. But then I started off, and then I went into, okay, I have a brand now. So now I post my portfolio. I post on my runway and my modeling. And, you know, this was years ago. And then it went into, oh, I'm motherhood. And then it went into, my content turned into, oh, now I'm an entrepreneur. And then I realized over the years what has worked that I love, because that's really important, that I
Right.
love to create
Yeah.
the content that I love to create, and the content that now has the most traction are the most authentic, random, personal type of content.
Right.
I have the great video pieces of video work, you know, but now how I create content is very intentional. Where I finally have an audience. I finally have my pillars. And so mine is motherhood and marketing, plus a little bit of my Filipina swag. So I just fill in those pillars. I create content. And today I posted 5 times. Just because. I posted 5 reels.
Just like kind of
I was like, ooh,
press and record and talking.
So I'm the type of girl that I see a reel, a trend. Ooh, let me set up my camera. I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna post it. I leave it. Don't think about it anymore. Like I even forget. I post so much that I forget I posted, and I open my app. I'm like, ooh, like
We're
there's
like,
a
oh my
lot of
God, getting
likes
all these
now.
likes, yeah.
Like even last night, for example. So I think this is a really good piece. Is when you asked me about content. I used to think so hard about what to put. I used to
Right.
make sure it aligns with my brand. You can do that in a subtle way. So last night, for example, my brand, Motherhood Marketing, I drive to Fry's I drive to Fry's. I see people drifting in the parking lot. I'm like, ooh, this is good content. Let me just film it. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
it's cool. There were policemen circling the parking lot. Ooh, whatever. I drive home. I stop at an intersection, and someone's doing donuts in the intersection. I'm like,
It's wild.
I film it.
Yeah.
And so I film it. I'm like, ooh, this is great content. So that's my mind. That's how I think now, right? So I'm like,
Yeah.
this is great content. I go home and then I talk to my boyfriend. I'm like, hey, should I post this? Like, I think it's really relevant because it's happening right this second. It is something that I think the younger generation will like because it's culturally in right now. And I think they're doing this kind of motion. And I'm sure if I post this, it's going to go really well. I'm sure the guy that was drifting in front of me is going to find it. I just have a
Right.
feeling. Posted it. And now I think it's at 30,000 views. The guy's already a collaborator in the post. And
That's crazy.
but my intention is, and I had this conversation with Pierre, he was like, sometimes you don't got to think about the brand.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to remember, okay, you're a business owner, you're local, you're a photographer. You just opened up a whole new audience of local viewers because you posted this piece of content. But take note, this is where my personality and my brand tied into this content. The first 3-4 seconds of the video of me filming in my car while he's drifting was me playing the new Kehlani album that dropped last night. So guess who put Kehlani in the caption? Because it's
course.
relevant and it's still on brand. Even if I'm posting these boys doing donuts,
yeah.
it's still gained traction. And I'm not mad about how much trolling is going on right now in the captions, how much hate.
Oh, yeah. It's like, let them comment. That's going to keep on boosting the algorithm.
Good publicity and bad publicity is still publicity. I told him, keep engaging, keep trolling.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's gonna troll. Nobody's gonna be mad at me for posting it. You know what I mean? It's still engagement. So now, you know, even if it's through comments or through someone else's, you know, I posted the content, it's doing really good, I still get the numbers.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's, to answer your question, that's how I think, that's how I create content now. It's intentional.
And I used to be the same. When I started growing a following, I was caring the least. Because
Oh, yeah.
And I think, talk about that a little bit, because that's not going to register to some people. Talk about the importance of caring less about what people think, or just in general. Because you said you post something and you forget, and then all of a sudden, those are sometimes the best pieces of content.
100%.
But talk about somebody that's in the overthinking stage. That we've all been there.
Oh, 100%.
The overthinking stage, everything has to be crystal perfect. Everything, the setting has to be perfect,
clean.
aesthetically perfect. Talk to that person right now. What advice would you give them when they are in that stage of life versus where you're at right now, and the content that you know is doing well because of the perspective you have? What advice would you give them?
My little sister actually asked me a question a few days ago that made me reflect on where I'm at. She said, "Hey, Kim, if I create art, would someone buy it? Do you really think someone's going to buy my art?" I'm like, "Carly," my sister, 10 years ago when I bought my camera, if I asked you, "Carly, do you really think someone's going to book me for a shoot? Like, do you really think, like, should I really do this?" And she was like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? I should stop doubting myself. Look at you now." I'm like, yeah, you just got to do it. You can't overthink it, because one thing that I kept telling her was, you got to fail. The best teacher is failure.
Yeah.
And when it comes to content, when you're creating content, you're going to try different things.
Yep.
Some
You
things
have
are going to
to.
work. Some things aren't. You can hire a whole marketing team and they're going to create the best ads, best creative content you can. But if you don't know what to do with it, it's pointless, right?
Yeah.
Or if you're just creating content just to mass generate content, like it's not going to resonate. And if you're at that place right now where you're doubting yourself, where you're too worried that you're not going to be accepted in the social media space, or you don't fit a certain aesthetic, or your feed isn't perfect enough, that's stopping you from getting to where you want to be.
It's stopping you from finding your audience, too.
Yes.
Because a person is not a one word. You know what I'm saying? Or one brand theme.
No.
And so I feel like the more that you can be relatable and just be a person is the more people are going to relate to you. And it's okay to be multifaceted and do all these other things, because at the end of the day, that is what's relatable.
Yes.
You're awesome. You do all these things. You're a host, you're a model, you're a photographer, you've been in pageant, you've done other things. But at the deep down, you're a mother. You are funny, you have good humor, you create fun content. And that's what also people are following. So all these people in this video right now,
about it.
they found you and they're like, wait, this cool's really dope. Wait, this is random. This isn't a normal drift. Wait, why is she posting? Wait, but she's this too. Wait, oh, my girl actually would like her. Hey, babe, you should follow. That is how it works. So just because your audience finds you in a random drifting video doesn't mean your audience is just sitting next to you.
They're going to go to your page and they're going to be like, "Ooh, I actually like this girl."
Yep.
So if you're a brand, if you're a business, if you're someone who wants to be an influencer, just create the content. I mean, make use of trial reels. They got the trials.
Yeah.
Personally, they don't really.
I need to start using that.
Yeah, I need to start using them. I've used them and they didn't really do so well, but I'm also so used to just post.
Yeah. I need to get back in the post mindset because I've been so off social lately. I'm like, I need to get back in that mindset.
But that's okay too, though. I grill myself because sometimes I don't post.
Right.
But the reason why I don't know if other photographers or content creators or videographers relate to this. I'm shooting content for other people. That's my job, right? And this is one struggle that I have been dealing with. I'm shooting content for other people. I'm editing. There is a queue of edits.
Right.
And the struggle was, do I continue to post on my personal brand like I'm living the best life while I'm still owing edits to other people? And that was something I had to overcome, because how am I going to make more money if I don't show up and post my content while I'm just waiting for these edits to finish?
Yeah.
You know, and I had to make the decision there was a point where there were edits that were delayed, and I'm out traveling and all this stuff. I'm still editing at night.
Right.
But it's content, man. Like, it's just social media. I want to show where I'm at. I'm creating trending stuff. Like, it's not nothing crazy. It's nothing to do with my personal life or what I'm doing behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It's just content. It's just to keep my engagement up. It's nothing about me not focusing on your edits. So that's one thing that I struggle with. I don't know if other videographers relate to it, but I cannot punish myself for that.
Girl, I was a social media manager for a national brand for corporate.
Okay.
And I'm creating content 5 days a week, working with a videographer for another business, another brand. And then I get home at night and I'm like, I can't. I don't have any energy left. Dude. I don't have any. And I've done that my whole life. I've gotten so good at something until I get paid good for it, and then I'm like, but I don't want to do it now for myself because I'm so tired.
Yeah, it's like mentally exhausting because you're using so much brain power for like your creativity and all that. So it's just mentally exhausting. Really, you don't want to think. Yeah. You're like,
I'm doing this for everybody else, and so when I come home, but for me personally, I enjoy editing my personal content.
Yes,
because I don't think about it. I don't have to put 100% of my brain power into this because that's what I do for clients.
Yeah, it's like
Exactly.
When
If
I do
I'm
mine,
creating
I'm like,
a video
it's
for
mine.
you, dog, I'm creating it and I'm making a movie. When I'm creating something I want to post, I'm taking a picture or doing a reel of my daughter with her little DJ toy. I love that. But other people, because we do it so naturally, because it's a gift and it's something that we do like it's nothing.
Literally.
For other people, they have to pay to get that value.
Yes. Yeah.
And so that's where I struggle. It's like I had to tell a client where, hey, I'm going to be posting for the next week because my rent's due. And I do need to book some shoots. Right. I know I owe you edits right now. Like, I'm still in the process of revision right now. But just don't take it personal, or I really hope that your vision of me doesn't change because you see me out doing shoots. I'm still working. I'm traveling to California. Like,
That's how you
still
get clients.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still working on your photos. I'm still working on your content. But just this is how you found me.
Exactly.
Just allow me to continue to post on my brand. But that's a personal battle too, though.
And it's interesting, like, okay, like, I'll tell you guys, like, I'm launching something very soon. I can't really talk about it yet, though. Okay. I bought these little baby mics, like these pink baby mics.
Oh, Amazon?
Yeah.
$14?
So cute, yes.
Girl, I love them.
And yesterday,
what
like, I did a test video of me talking with the baby mic, and I sent it to my boyfriend, and he was like, this seems like you should post this. And I was like, no, this is just because I've been talking to the camera for 7 years. Like, this seems natural because I've been talking to the camera for 7 years. He's like, it seems like you should just post this. This is great. I'm like, no, this is a test. But I'm like, wait, maybe I should just post it because,
girl, I'm telling you now,
I'm already naturally doing it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Literally.
I have some posts that I'm like, okay, I'm doing really well. I have like 300,000 views right now. And then I post it and I'm like, oh, I'm back at 2,000 views. Like, what happened? You know, but you gotta not
I
give
swear,
up.
when you don't care, it's just so much
TikTok.
better.
Like, on TikTok, I post whatever.
Yeah,
I'll just say something that's on my mind, and then I'll post it on TikTok. I need to get out of that habit on Instagram because same as you, like, I'm so used to doing content for clients, making it look perfect, polished, all that stuff. So it kind of almost transitions to my own stuff where it's like, I want it to look like that too.
Perfect, right.
So, like, I'm slowly getting out of that by just posting on TikTok just whatever. And then at some point, I do need to transition that to my Instagram where it's just post whatever. But I kind of want to find out what works first before I start transitioning everything to Instagram.
And if you're trying to get more clients as a videographer, just still keep posting your good your portfolio. You know what I mean? Like, you still...
That's why I have myself separated.
Yes,
we
got multiple accounts.
Yes, that's why I created Style by CQ. And I always, when I started that account, everyone was like, just do it on Smile Like Colleen. Like, you have all the followers. It's like, no, I'm keeping this separate because I want to be able to have the autonomy of showing the whole person versus I want that to be portfolio. Business. Exactly. And not to say, and there's so many people that follow me on Smile Like Colleen that do not follow me on the other. And that, I don't take anything personal. Yeah. And there's people that follow me on Style by CQ that don't follow me on Smile Like Colleen. I don't take it personal. It's like, you like that and you don't like this, that's cool.
You're not for everybody.
You're not
but that's
for everybody.
why you create different accounts so that
you
have different audiences. And then at the end of the day, it's still your brand.
It's still your brand.
And if you think about it, those are your assets.
Yes.
I think about my account, like, I protect my account. Because 20 years from now, you're same with your credit. You have your history. How long have you had your account open? I'm telling you, like, everything is considered. And the more you grow, the more followers you hit, the more growth your account does, the more you're going to be able to monetize it. You're going to be able to, and then you could just start over with a new account. That's the beauty of social media.
That is the beauty.
You can create 100 accounts if you want to.
Right?
You know?
It's very true.
So how did you get, like, I don't think you explained yet, like, how you got exactly into, like, more doing photography, video. Like, so when you were doing so much modeling, because you said when you got here, you started doing a lot more modeling, runway. When was that point where you wanted to make that transition, and why did you feel like you needed to make that?
To go back into runway and modeling, or are you asking me where I'm at right now? And
with photography. Because you kind of said you took a little break from runway modeling, and now you're more focused towards video. Why did you feel like that transition? Why did you feel like you had to make that transition with everything you've done with pageant?
Well, if I'm being real, hey, I got bills, dog. I had to find a way to build something that was consistent, that was feeding my family.
Right.
So I knew I had the tools. And when I was introduced to America, I had the questions of, how do I get wealthy? How do I make a lot of money? How do I get a nice house? And the answer was multiple streams of income. And you have to have skills in your toolbox that you could be able to use and offer someday to someone who needs it, that you're going to be able to monetize.
Right.
Yeah.
So I already got the modeling down. That's really that's me now. At this point, that's who I am. I could show up on camera. I could talk. I could pose. I could do that. That's already a given. That's naturally me. That's who I am. The photography and videography side, I'm learning so much. It's a challenge. It's a new challenge. And I'm really good at directing someone.
Yes.
I'm good at taking the photo. And so I got the photography down. And then I'm like, okay, well, I want to build an agency. And I got to learn video. And video's making more money. And so I started to be hybrid. So I started to do video. And I started with content. And then I did everything from, I was in the room with a horse. I was in the room during horse surgery shooting content.
Oh my gosh.
I was on the roof flying a drone doing content. Like, I did everything to gain the knowledge and experience to be able to bring it to the next level. And so where I'm at right now, I got comfortable with my photography. That's doing really well. That's kind of automatically word of mouth, social media, website. It's doing well. I'm getting at least once a day. I get an inquiry. Thank God, man.
That's awesome.
It has been 8 years.
Right.
We're finally there. I'm telling you, photography. Now I'm like, now I want to grow. And a little girl coming from the islands of the Philippines, I'm living the American dream. Man, I'm over here.
Doing what you love.
I just need a camera.
Making some money. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so, I pray. And then I finally start into videography. I get the clients that I want. And then I fall in love with my mans that I met. And he's a videographer. He's a cinematographer. And he's actually way better than me when it comes to, like, the cameras. Like, he shoots with a red. Like, just to give you an idea.
So,
cinematographer
cinematographer is the right term. Videographer would have been a whole different term.
Yes. So, cinematographer. So
I don't know what a red is, but we're just move on.
It's one of the.
It's a good camera. It's like a movie camera.
It shoots in 6K.
Okay.
It's big camera.
My videographer Roman would hate that I didn't know what that was. Okay, move on.
We're educating the youth.
No, we should.
Girl, I didn't know what the fuck a red was. He said, I shoot with the red.
I shoot with the red, and I was like,
well, can I just see it? I could see if it looks nice, like.
Reds are crazy. They're like $20,000 for a whole setup.
They're really heavy. I don't even shoot with his camera. But like you're saying, everything's been happening. Everything has been happening for a reason. And then I meet Pierre. And we've been through a lot over the last year. You know that. We've been through some crazy shit. So the one thing that I have been dealing with for my entire life was always who I'm in a relationship with.
Yeah.
And, I was married before. And it was good, but because I wasn't raised with the parents that needed to teach me the right skills, how to be a family, how to be a mom, how to be, like, I was so blessed to end up with this person that I am right now. We both work together. We finally started working with the city of Phoenix. Like, we're building clients together, but we had to go through the growth process.
Yeah.
And this is really important because if someone asks you, all right, so what can make or break a business or what can make or break a brand, especially for someone like me, girl, if I'm heartbroken.
Cut this out. I'm just kidding.
Like, I can't think.
She's a lover girl, y'all. No, but it's
but
true,
you know what
though.
I'm saying? So like
It's
everything
true,
has been
though.
happening for a reason. And I met him because I took a break from editing. I went to Bodega just to like go
Wow.
out. Met him, and we've been best friends ever since, and now we work together.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so everything in my life has kind of been leading up to this moment.
Yes.
Really.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to come about from this podcast.
Yes.
But I told you earlier we were talking, I put it out there that I want to start a podcast or I want to relaunch my podcast. I would just podcast. I put it out there.
Yeah.
And this is my second podcast this week.
Look at you
that
go.
I guess.
Let's go.
Girl, Mama, are you there?
It's like the signs are there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the signs are there.
So I'm so grateful, dude. Like this is amazing.
That's awesome. And going into that, what do you
Yeah.
how do you see like your career going in the next 5 years? Like where do you kind of want to go? Like video, photo,
Yeah.
podcast. Like where
You
do
know
you see
what?
yourself?
Right now, I'm enjoying learning everything to do with the production side of it. So I'm learning the new cameras and how to kind of delegate the edits to a team. Right now, I'm growing my team in the Philippines. I have my editors.
Nice.
And so I'm launching the Creative Directors Club.
So exciting.
So have you heard of the app Clockout?
no, I
Okay.
haven't.
So there's a networking app called Clockout.
Yeah, I
And
just
so
downloaded it.
When it
Okay,
first,
cool.
yeah, and when it first started out, this was I think 2 years ago. It was a big hit here in Arizona, especially. It was an invite only type of thing. It was
Okay.
a networking app. You should download it. It's actually
should,
really good.
definitely.
I created a club on there. So it's clubs. You join clubs and then they have monthly get-togethers. My
Cool.
club is called the Creative Directors Club.
Okay.
And so where the cool kids are at. That was
All
my
right.
thing.
Uh-huh.
And I hosted my first meetup. But because we're the social media managers, we understand branding and marketing. I'm like, how can I make this to where it's not just on this app?
It's huge.
I want it to be big. I collaborated with a local restaurant, hosted the meetup there. They ran a sale, and there were a lot of people that showed up. I took professional photos, did content. The owners, the founders of Clockout reached out to me. And I'm already
Sick.
collaborating with them on social media. Like, we know how to do it, right?
Yup.
And so, and I hosted that club, but I kind of put it on the back end because I had clients. I had so
Regular
much other
work.
things to do. I had life.
Right.
But now I'm finally in a spot. I'm finally in a place where I could relaunch. And so May 20th, I'm hosting a live podcast session, the
Okay.
Creative Directors Club.
Sick.
It's going to be downtown Phoenix, and I'm going to have a little pod. Section. So it's going to be like a rapid fire podcast section for
I love
everyone who
that.
wants to sign up. Come on, I'll ask you 3 questions. And you can get your feelings out there, but you get to have that piece of content. And I think that's really smart.
That's so good.
With
That's so
promoting
smart.
what I want to do.
Yeah.
Getting new clients for a podcast. Bringing awareness to the Creative Directors Club, but also it's going to be so fucking fun.
Yeah.
For creatives? Oh, hell yeah. So that's where I see myself, or that's what's going on in my world in the next 30 days. But in the next 5 years, I can see myself doing really good in the creative marketing space. I want to grow my agency, but I want to be working alongside editors and videographers that understand the storytelling aspect of it.
Yeah.
So I want to be an agency that isn't just focusing on just creating content just to have content.
Right.
I want to be more of the strategy
Yeah,
side
with
of
the
it.
purpose, concept
I
with the
could
purpose.
shoot.
Right.
I could see myself as a big dog one day that like, Kim, like I'm walking on set and I'm the creative director. I don't got to touch no cameras no more. But
Right.
the videographers are like, oh, she can shoot if
Yeah,
Hey, you
yeah.
better get
Kim
your
is
shit
here.
together. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I see
Everybody
myself.
tighten up. Kim is here.
Wait,
The boss just
you
enters
set-
the-
Yeah, did you set? Are all the cameras set to the right kelvins?
Like, she's gonna be able to tell.
Did we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
She's
coming. She's 30 seconds down to the
Is
hallway.
your stabilizer calibrated? Like, are we good? Like,
Yeah.
I want to walk into the room and I know what you're doing on the camera. I know
Yeah,
what you're doing on the
exactly.
soundboard. Like, are we ready? Are we good? All
Right.
right, this is what we're doing today. Let's get it. That's
Yeah.
where I see myself.
Yes, I love that.
Like, you know,
That-
and we
no,
look
that'd
good
be so
doing it
cool.
too. I just want to create, whether that be movies, whether that be music, anything in the art world. That's really where my heart is.
Wow.
Awesome. No, well, no, it was so great to hear your story and everything. Because definitely, I've seen you on Instagram a lot. So to hear everything you've been through now, that's so great to see kind of how your life has just progressed over the years and where you're headed. So.
Thank you so much.
You.
I'm so happy you're here. I'm so glad you took the time. Right? I got chills throughout the whole episode. Like,
Thank you.
Crazy
it was a loaded episode.
Testimony.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just testimony. It's just, I can't, there's so much timing. It's just wild look backing and reflecting on everything and realizing how many facets of yourself that people can relate to.
Yeah.
You've covered so much in this episode that hit home for different people in different ways.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what makes you so great, Kim. You're just so relatable, so talented, so smart, and so amazing. So
you manifested everything for sure.
Truly.
So.
I truly believe in that.
I believe in it as well.
It's weird, dude. Like, it's crazy when I think about it.
And when you have that ultimate belief, like with who you met at 19, she had that belief, and it's like, when you have that belief, it's not about if, it's about when. There's really no question. It's really about when.
It's an unshakable feeling.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
That's the feeling that drives me every day. And it's so easy to get distracted. It's so easy for life to get in the way and to forget your goal and you can forget that you have a purpose. Everybody has a purpose. Sometimes we don't even know what that purpose is. And so that's why all my life, I just been trying everything.
Yep.
Just seeing what sticks, seeing what works, seeing what feels right in my soul.
Change is always good. Yeah. Some people are so afraid to change, but it's like the change is going to it's just going to open you up in so many different ways to where your thought process, just so much is just going to change by just trying something different.
Growing pains is good.
Totally.
It's one of my favorite feelings.
It's
I
true.
hate it, but it's like, ooh, I feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel that feeling where you're like, oh, this is it. Like, this is big. Or it's just like that weird, like, heavy. It's not bad.
Right.
But it's scary. If it scares you and you have that uncomfortable, like...
Yeah.
You're like, this is gonna be big. Especially when you've never met anyone that's done it or done it like you, that's even crazier. That makes it even crazier. Stepping into the unknown.
But when you do you and when you believe in yourself and you know that you're here to achieve something, you're out here because you have a purpose, that's what makes you lead people. That's what makes you different.
Yes.
That's what brings people together. There's just that energy in the room, like now, because we've been through so much in our life, we've learned so much, and we're also feeling the same. We're in the same industry. We're creating art. We're telling stories.
Exactly.
We're changing lives, guys.
It's true.
Here at the Hot podcast. How do you say it?
Hot Shots podcast.
I know, because Hot Shots isn't Hot
That's
Shots
Haute.
the there's like the chicken one, Hot Shots. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, hot. I know what you're talking about.
Chicken.
What is it called?
Yeah, they would eat the hot wings.
Oh,
Hot
yeah.
wings.
Okay.
Wings on the
Right?
Okay,
Start putting a challenge for that. Hot ones. Yeah, right.
You didn't hear it? Okay.
It's okay, you're fine.
His attitude.
Anyway.
Nothing. You want to close out? What do you want to do?
Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us on this episode. We just had a blast talking with you.
So good.
If you guys enjoyed this episode, be sure to go follow Kim Covert on all her social medias. The links will be in the description below. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and be sure to watch more Hot Shots podcast. So we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Say that last part again. Be sure to watch more, because you stuttered a little bit. So just to end. Be
Got
sure
it.
to watch more, and we'll see you next episode. Ready? Go.
Be sure to leave a like. Watch. See, now I'm in my head. Be sure to watch. Be sure to leave a like and
follow our podcast on socials. Leave a like. Subscribe.
Leave a like. Subscribe.
See you next episode.
You should do the outro for me.
I'm here for your job.
Go.
Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We appreciate you listening to us all the way to this point. We can't wait to see you on the...
Yeah, you see? It's like that last little piece.
Your turn. No pressure.
Thank you guys so much for joining this episode. Kim, thank you for being here today. We love you so much. If you liked this episode, be sure to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel and follow us on social media at Hot Shots Podcast. Bye, guys.